and also by my own and a couple of their friends. I was just thinking how my presence can be relevant to this alumni meet. I will be meeting the revered academic leaders from different disciplines, meeting together on this August day. Along with me, on the days, Mr. Jain, who started this alumni, maybe the pioneer in starting this foundation. And just now, Mr. Verma spoke about how things can shape by the best brains of the country in making either the Viksit Bharat of 2047 of central government, or I can say the Telangana Rising 2047. In recent past, just few days ago, I just read a news item in the newspaper And I was just discussing this with the esteemed Professor Ram Gopal, who is heading this institution. All the credits should go to the BITS, and especially under the leadership of Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla, who just delivered his speech and who has just told about what can make India more powerful and vibrant India with a combination of the newer technologies or the cutting-edge technologies. How not only a policy maker can make this India more powerful, more aggressive, more dominant, and more echoing, but the contribution should come also from the people like you. And in fact, when two students from BITS of this Hyderabad have enabled the Indian Army to design and manufacture the next generation drones, this shows the exemplary grey matter of the students who study in the BITS Pilani. They have shown their prowess. The technology is not being imported. The technology has not been outsourced. And it is indigenously designed, built in India, built in Hyderabad. And in fact, all the credits should go to their mentors. All the credits should go to the environment, to the ecosystem which has been created by this institute, and to the principal, and to all the fellow members who have encouraged these students to create a niche mobile drone laboratory, which is well equipped with advanced information-rich technology, capable of producing about 100 drones a month. And in fact, it's quite interesting to know these two students went to Jammu Kashmir to set up on ground. They just didn't sit in a classroom, or they just didn't sit in an incubating space, but they have shown their power in the live operational environment. Their names are worth mentioning here, Mr. Khatri and Mr. Chowdhury. They started a company by name Ablion, which I'm going to visit now, which has become a national capability center. So congratulations to the young students here. I've just trying to put forward this. This is not a one story. As a Minister for Industries and IT and Electronics, we have witnessed many success stories of the alumni of BITS. Likewise, we have seen so many, students who have studied and who have made our state proud, like Dhruva or Pixar, or many, administrators who have come this part of this campuses. Either it may be from Hyderabad or from Pilani. And these sort of stories are not enough what a BITS product really means. We always tell that it's not degrees which counts. We always tell that it's not deployment which counts. It's not about placements, what I mean. The BITS always reflects on self-reliance. So when I really look forward, and when I was entering, I was asking a student, the alumni, Or are you feeling nostalgic? Many of you are maybe feeling nostalgic of entering your good old school, good old institution. Maybe, you may be thinking, and all the memories would be coming back to you. Now you may be, CEOs of many companies. You may be the professors, associate professors, assistant professors, or brilliant academic scholars. You may be founders, you may be investors here, or the global professionals who are sitting here. But the moment you would have walked in, you again, would have enthused with the moments. As a first year student, you were always confused. I was just hearing to a student, whether to stay back or to move from this campus. Or a second year student who is overconfident. And will also think about the memories of the final year exhausted student who would, trying to complete the graduation and move out to the outer world. And especially in the bits, what I was said is, a final year student over here would always believe that everything is possible. That belief, I see everything is possible, is one of the most dangerous and also a powerful thing a university can give you. But bits gave you that. And somewhere along the way, on your road to your careers, your lives, when they have become successful and busy, and many of you stop listening yourselves to that voice that everything is possible. And here is something. The headlines are not still framing up correctly. The biggest challenges what we face today is about technology. And not only it is about AI. If you see, for the first time, intelligence has become more cheaper than coordination. A single shift is quietly rewriting companies, governments, universities, and even careers. And if you can understand this one idea, how intelligence is trying to rewrite the career paths, and how we can really reshape thinking about it and understand and build for the next decade. Often we see, well-funded startups started 2 decades back or 3 decades back or shutting down. Highly skilled teams are being laid off. And legacy tech giants are confused despite they having undisputed compute power. Why? Because they have not optimized. They're thinking for scale, speed, and valuation. What we see here, the system has literally changed. Today, advantage comes from architecture, data ownership, and also, the decision making, and also the trust you create. And this is not the technology crisis, what we see is the system design failure. And BITS alumni understand systems better than most people in the world. And let me now connect this with India. I'm not connecting this emotionally but structurally. India accidentally did something very smart. And in fact, the generation of Ram Gopal Garu, the generation of Varma Garu or JNG will understand more better when Our legacy has and shown and proven in the terms of we did something very smart on public platforms. For example, the court, we have built digital public infrastructure instead of private monopolies. If you look at Aadhaar solved identity at a population scale. And if you look at UPI, solved real-time payments at a near zero marginal cost. And if you have seen, the DigiLocker solved trusted document exchange. And also if you have seen Map My India, led by Rakesh Verma. These are all the examples how the digital public infrastructure has been created by a rich legacy which is under the public domain. That's the real reason why most of the countries are still trying to buy the systems what the Indians have designed. That is why the global policy teams are studying India today, not because of the cost, but because of architecture. And when I relate myself to the Telangana, with the permission of Joe, Chair, let me zoom into Telangana. Along with what question I face today is how many jobs we create today. The question we always think about is how far we are building the intelligence, where data will be trusted, where the decisions will be made at a scale. And this is the future, what Telangana is deliberately shaping. And to all the brightest minds who are sitting over here, I would like to mention a few points. We are building Hyderabad as a cutting-edge AI and innovation capital. And with the AI innovation hub taking shape, and with a digital AI university focused on real-time deployment, ethics, and systems thinking. And first in India, the platforms like Telangana Data Exchange are making data shared digital infrastructure. This is the only state we have put on the public domain. So this progress depends not on who owns data, but who can use it responsibly and intelligently. So what we thought is we have to just remove frictions among the system. We have to remove friction between ideas and the deployment. We have to remove friction between talent and opportunity, frictions between the innovation and the impact. That is what we are trying to put it across. That is where our next decade's advantage will be decided, how Hyderabad and the state of Telangana will be the tech capital for tomorrow's world. And coming down to this campus, which has been built in 2007, fortunately, we were there at that time in the government. Impetus has been given. I do remember then Chief Minister Mr. Rajshekhar Reddy convinced Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla to put up an institute of this caliber, of this reputation over here, over a period of these long years. Many students have been graduated from this institution, and they prove themselves, whether it may be in industry, whether it may be in the research, whether it may be in their academic excellence, proving to the best professors, or graduating from this school or this institution to the best administrators. And this university has shown its resilience. I do remember one Mr. Rao, who was the principal that time, he used to be stationed here from brick to brick. Yes, sir. Brick to brick and made this possible. And the legacy has been successfully carried on by many professors and the principals. And you carried their legacy, their reputation, keeping their standards in terms of the academic excellence. And I'm so happy to know that endowed fund from this BITS Pilani, especially by alumni, by alma mater, is quite interesting and encouraging. And this should be, as a policy maker, as a minister, we keep repeating the same thing, what alumni can do in BITS Pilani, they can do the same thing in Usmania, they can do the same thing in JNTU, they can do the same thing in public universities. And you have shown and you have reflected whatever you think can be possible, that is the confidence which has been created by the BITS Pilani institutions, is being revered everywhere. So coming down to the point where the institution has been built over these long years. Now when technology is really taking shape, I was just asking Professor that how many new faculties have been added, keeping in view of the technology demand or the tomorrow's future. He said that we add the faculties depending upon the global need and how our students can excel. Lot much of, dynamic development is taking shape in this BITS Hyderabad under the leadership of Ram Gopal Garu. And here I would like to literally see that, this 3-day, BITSA event over here, the global event here, and where many people would have traveled a lot, and many people with lots of rich experience who have built their careers, and many would have been fighting their leadership. Now it's the time for giving back. Now is the time for you people to guide the next generation. And now is the time for you to build the system which lasts forever. So on behalf of our state of Telangana, I would like to make an appeal to you. If you want your ideas to move from whiteboards to real impact, Telangana is ready to walk the journey with you. And institutions like BITS don't just create graduates, They shape the nation's future capacity. Telangana looks forward for the deep long-term partnership in research, AI and innovation. I do believe when BITS talent and BITS values and Telangana's vision come together, technology stops being without success and starts thinking about service. With this, I would like to conclude. I would once again thank the management and the organizers of this BITSA for inviting me over here and to feel fresh among the brightest minds of our country. Thank you very much.
Sridhar Babu Garu, Vice Chancellor Ram Gopal Garu, Rakesh Verma, and my dear friend Mayur. The BITS Alumni Association was born in a moment of crisis, theoretically, that required our community to come together and bring back the mortal remains of some of the victims of 9/11. Even before BITSA was formed officially, the strength of the BITS Alumni Network was already evident. It was powerful, responsible, and also deeply connected. As BITS expanded with multiple campuses, newer courses, and as industries evolved from manufacturing and electronics to technology-driven innovation, and as a large percentage of Bitsians moved across the globe, the need became very clear. We needed a physical platform that could bring our finest minds together, transform virtual connections into real relationships, and create meaningful impact. The power of vertical networking to be explored. When we began the Global Meet journey in Delhi, the response was overwhelming. As BGM traveled to Hyderabad, Dubai, Goa, and Jaipur, we witnessed something remarkable. The power of selling dreams, igniting relationships, and fostering entrepreneurship at a scale we hadn't imagined before. The generosity of the Aditya Birla Group, the vision of our BITS leadership, and the collective energy of the alumni community have all come together beautifully. Relationships strengthened at the global meets have translated into real outcomes. Today, 1 out of every 4 startups in India has a Britsian connection. From claps, yep. From Big Basket, Swiggy, Redbus to India's first private satellite commission in space, Pixel, and now the next generation of defense technology like Napoleon and Dhruva Space. These stories inspire not just those present here, but Bitsians watching us across the world. Just yesterday, over 100 new startup ideas were ignited. Our investor friends found themselves being chased enthusiastically by first and second year students, seeking not just capital, but mentorship. The panel titled Bhavan to Board organically evolved into Bhavan to Boardroom to Building Bharat. And that, I believe, truly captures the spirit of BGM. The global meet also gave us the honor of being hosted by the government, where our global leaders first-hand vision of Telangana Rising, Vision 2047. The ambitious mission of creating 1 crore women crororepatis in Telangana over the next decade sparked powerful ideas among our thought leaders there. Our gem of a civil servant, Divya, inspired us deeply with her commitment to empowering women through self-help groups. Tomorrow, through our early stage entrepreneurship series in the nation building panel, we will challenge budding entrepreneurs to develop ideas aligned with this mission of creating 1 crore women crororepatis in Telangana. And we look forward to bringing those ideas back to you, Sir Sridhar Babu. BGM equally champions social entrepreneurship and nation building. Tomorrow we have 2 impactful sessions, one exploring how academia can contribute to nation building, led by one of our own venture capitalists, and another focused on scaling social ventures that create lasting impact. Kriti, a powerful vision and execution plan to empower rural Telangana through social entrepreneurship, led by our own Fanendra Sama and Raju Reddy Garu, found fresh momentum here at BGM, engaging many more minds and hearts here. The opportunities at BGM are truly limitless. As someone once said, when you go to a river, the amount of water you can collect depends on the size of your vessel. So here, the size of your mind and the size of the heart matters. On that note, thank you all Bitsians who have attended from across the globe. Thank you, BITSA, for giving us this opportunity. And thank you all the gentlemen on the stage who have really supported us and honored us by being here. And heartfelt thank to all the organizing committee and making this truly a splendid conference. Thank you very much.